Hey, listen, this video is brought to you by Chill Chili Wednesday. Chill Chili Wednesday is held at an exclusive location and hosted by Tex, one of the three most famous gorillas in history. And Tex has been all over the world. He comes from Texas, of course, and he's licensed to carry a firearm. Very important that you know that. And he's a big-time fan of the Charlie Daniels Band, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and he puts the thumbs down on Neil Young because Neil Young happens to have something against Lynyrd Skynyrd for whatever reason. So the most important thing about Tex is that he makes the most banging chili of all time. He is a chill gorilla that makes the most banging chili of all time. So I would suggest that you have a bowl of chill chili, but Tex gotta like you first. And Tex likes me. I'm not sure if he likes you. You gotta be gorilla approved to get yourself a bowl of chill chili.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule cause you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, cause I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Okay, quick follow-up to an earlier video that I made so that nobody gets upset at me and thinks I'm attacking the Pope. I have nothing, absolutely nothing against Pope Francis I. I have nothing against the prior Pope, Pope Benedict XVI, who is returned to becoming a citizen by the name of Joseph Ratzinger, alive and well. He's the first pope in my lifetime to resign and exist alive as a former pope. Of course, I have nothing against my fellow Polak, Pope John Paul II, or his predecessor, Pope John I, who only served as Pope throughout the month of September of 1978, or his predecessor, Pope Paul VI, or his predecessor, Pope John the 23rd. Do you realize that if you become a pope, you have to name yourself after a saint? Now, being there is a Saint John, I could actually keep my name John if I were to become Pope. And my uniform number as a defensive lineman in the IFL used to be number 24. The last Pope John was Pope John the 23rd, so I could actually become Pope John the 24th if I so chose to pursue that route. And I would probably be in my 70s by then. You know, it's something to think about. But anyway, I have nothing against the Pope or the Catholic Church. And I certainly don't have anything against parishioners of the Catholic Church. I'm not going to sit there laughing at people who follow the Catholic Church. I'm not going to be evil and call these people who faithfully follow the Catholic Church a bunch of fools or anything like that. These people are going into something with faith. And as the Holy Book says, blind faith. Which means if you go in there with that faith, you're not going to be led into hell. If you know, if you believe in your heart that you are doing the right thing, you will go to the right place in the afterlife, is what I'm saying. So it's probably best. This is why I actually would rather take the hit, so to speak, and get chastised somehow in the afterlife for not telling people of the Catholic Church, people who follow the Catholic Church, certain things, because I like a lot of people who and admire and respect a lot of people who follow the Catholic faith. And I myself was once a member of the Catholic Church, and you know, I have a lot of respect for people who follow that faith. Now, I believe the hierarchy in the church are withholding secrets, and there are some people in the hierarchy that are a lot further from holy than one would think, and there is documented proof of this. This isn't slander. This is documented proof that these mortal men have either made mortal mistakes or have given into the temptations that mortal man gives into or tends to give into. And you have to understand, okay, that these people in the hierarchy of the Catholic Church or any organized religion, they are not, you could call them men of God, but they are not godly. They are mortal men. They are mortal men, just as Moses was, just as King David was, just as King Solomon was, just as Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel were, same as Noah, same as all of the apostles of Jesus Christ, same as all whoever inhabited the earth except Jesus Christ himself, who of course is the only begotten Son of God. And yes, I had mentioned the apostles, so yes, even Peter, who was said to be the very first pope, was a mortal man, meaning as a mortal man he was flawed, as was every pope down the line all the way up till now after Peter. And we could say that about every president, from George Washington all the way through Donald J. Trump, who I believe was a great man, and that would include Ronald Reagan, who I believe was a great man. Even my father, who I believe was a great man, was a mortal man and therefore flawed. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Look past the flaws of the mortal. Look past the flaws of a mortal man. And when they teach you the doctrines, take that in. Take that in, respect that. But at the same time, understand that when it veers into a direction that you find questionable, it's okay to do the research and find out if he's telling you the right thing. You know, when something that's been said to be a sin for centuries, out of nowhere, suddenly, in the second or third decade of the 21st century, AD, the Pope declares it not a sin. You have to think about these things. Okay? I've done things that I know were sins. And I went ahead and did it anyway, but I acknowledge that it was sins. I've, apologized to my Maker for it, repented, and so forth. And that's the thing. Do what you do. But if the scriptures from which you grew up in declare this a sin and that not a sin, acknowledge it for what it is. If you have done something that the scriptures you grew up on refer to as a sin, acknowledge it and own it and say, yes, I have committed this sin. What's so hard about that? I find it easier to do that than all of a sudden deny everything, everything that, everything that's considered what you believe up until this point was Holy Scripture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got no beef. I got no rap beef with the Pope or any Pope prior to him. So I don't want anybody getting mad at me because I said he's not holy. I mean, no mortal man is holy. I mean, Barack Obama isn't holy. Pope Benedict the 16th wasn't holy. Donald Trump, as much as I like Donald Trump, he's not holy. And guess what? Donald Trump himself would be the first to tell you that he's not holy. Okay? Queen Elizabeth is not holy. I could go down the line, and you mentioned any person other than Jesus Christ himself, and I could safely say they're not holy. John F. Kennedy, Hugh Hefner, Bob Giamatti, Larry Flint, Bud Harrelson, okay? Davy Johnson, Billy Martin. I could go down the list. Willie Randolph, Felix Millan, Rusty Staub, Duke Snyder, Casey Stengel, Muhammad Ali, Jake LaMotta. I mean, you throw any name at me, I could tell you they're not holy, they weren't holy. Unless you're talking about the Lord Messiah, the only begotten Son of God, Jesus Christ. That's all I'm saying. If it ain't Jesus Christ himself, it ain't holy. And, well, then you figure, okay, what about Scripture? Well, that came directly from God, so that's holy. If it has nothing to do with God or Jesus Christ, then it's not holy, is what I'm saying. So, there is no beef here. There is no beef. And I don't want to be misconstrued. I don't want people to think I'm attacking the Catholic Church or the Pope. Okay? Just want to clarify that. All right. Take care. Oh, respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Listen to my music. Follow my ways. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. It's your boy MC Too Tall.